Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where we have arrived in Alrekstad, and now we will join the Althing, which is apparently about to start. But there's one thing I would like to do first. I have some open skill points, so let's invest them. I've actually been continuing this branch over here, because I'm trying to get Idun's Heart. Draw upon the vitality of Idun, passively regenerate recent health loss after a short delay. This is probably going to make the game a little bit less grindy if I can regenerate some health and don't have to look for rations all the time. So let's grab this skill, and I have one more skill point. But I'm not sure if I want to use this at the moment. May as well grab this one. Oh, and this is opening up even more branches. Okay. Anyway, where exactly are we supposed to go? Probably, finally to the Longhouse, which should be open for business now, I presume. And yeah, I haven't really done anything here in between episodes, but there's time for that at some later date, I'm sure. Alright, this should be the right way, I guess. Alright, let's see what important decisions will be made at this Althing.
Tell me Gorm still lives, Eivor.
It pains me to say. He does.
Thank you. His day will come. Oh, gods. I hate long speeches.
Only when you're not giving them.
Many of you knew my father, Halfdan the Black. A great man who achieved great things.
They buried Halfdan's leg near our temple. The crops have never grown taller.
They buried his arse near ours, and we get nothing but a muddy river.
I dream of something greater. A vast kingdom of warriors in numbers the world has never seen. United under one king, one rule. Too much blood has been spilled fighting one another. Today, we unify. And turn our blades outward to conquer new lands. And who better to lead us to glory than me? I was blooded before the age of 10, and I led the greatest army Norway has ever seen. But they say a wise king seeks honest counsel, so I ask, who among you rejects this new arrangement?
I am not your enemy, King Harald, but I will not be your subject. Tomorrow we sail for greener shores, and so my kingdom is yours.
This saddens me, noble Hjor. And does your wife agree? Is she not tired of limping ever westward?
My husband and I are as one in this, Lord. We do not limp together, we fly.
I'm sad to lose a woman of your spirit, Ljuvina. But I hold no grudge. May the fates grant you good luck.
Okay, so they're just going to leave because I don't want to.
My king, I offer you my
live under
axe
his rule.
and my oath, ironclad.
Gorm Kjotveson, you dare show your face in this hall. Did not King Styrbjörn and his son Sigurd rid our lands of your foulness?
The Raven clan dishonored me, great king. They poisoned my father, Kjotve. They made a mockery of his honorable death.
Backrout, you lie!
Hold, Eivor. Let it play out.
This is a serious charge, Gorm, and a false one at that. My uncle saw your father die.
Well, caught in a lie.
Eivor Wolf-Kissed, you are Kjotve's slayer. This man has slandered your clan. What shall I do with him?
Kill him, banish him, you decide. That's very interesting. I mean, I'm sure she would like to kill him herself. Also, I'm kinda curious what happens if we let him decide. I have no idea. But I mean, she's so eager to see him dead. She would probably just go for, you know, just kill him.
I would send him to hell, as I did his father.
Understandable. But a quick death is too good for a Draugr like him. Gorm, I name you Worm and call you exiled.
Okay, so
Leave
he's
these
making
lands
a
by the
decision
next
anyway.
full moon, or I will feed you to the crows myself.
King Harold, may I speak?
The floor is yours, King Styrbjörn.
My people have held our land since the days when Odin himself walked among us. My kingdom is humble, but we have paid for it in blood. Our victory over Kjotve is proof that we will not lay down without a fight. All here have buried friends, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. And I, for one, have had my fill of death. Let those who seek war look beyond our shores. If King Harold brings peace, then I am happy to bend my knee to him.
Well, that is not really surprising.
What? What in hell's name are you doing, father? Securing a lasting peace, Sigurd. Our days of fighting are finished. You said nothing of this to me. Not a word. And I will not yield a title that should be mine by right. Then war will continue. Men will die, villages will burn, you foolish boy. This is our only way towards true peace. You will die a thrall, you drink-addled cow. Alone and toothless in a bed of straw.
That was probably the arrangement, huh? He helps us against
Forgive my
Kjotve,
son. He is
and he
ruled
becomes
by
his
his
vessel.
emotions.
I take no offense, Styrbjörn Jarl, and I thank you for your fealty. It is natural to fear change, to resist it. But all things change and all things end. The lessons of Ragnarok are clear. We will speak again soon.
That was an ambush, Lord. Did you know of Styrbjörn's plans?
For some days, yes, I did. But it was not at my urging. It was his decision alone. Do you dream of a glorious future, Eivor? A warrior like you would be a boon to my clan.
I seek Valhalla, I am bound to Sigurd, I do not know my fate. Interesting. I mean, she has seen visions, but they were kinda unclear, and she is not willing to accept what the visions apparently told her about, you know, betraying Sigurd. So she would probably prefer this, that her fate is yet unknown.
All I know of fate is that its pattern is unknowable. I do not worry beyond that fact.
I wish I understood you better. For those I do not understand, I do not trust. And I cannot stomach a lack of trust.
You have nothing to fear from me, King Harald. My loyalty lies with my brother Sigurd, and I bear you no ill will.
Then know that if you stay in Norway, both you and your brother must serve under me. Take tomorrow to think on this. But let us leave these matters for another time. Tonight, we will eat and drink like gods and wake in a kingdom made new.
So basically everyone has to follow him or they have to leave. That's quite the ultimatum, even if it's delivered in a very friendly tone. But I'm guessing that Eivor is not willing to become his subject.
Harald's colors. He's already marking his territory.
Marking? Gods, he's spraying like a horny pup.
Harald may be young, but he's clever. Do not underestimate him. He came of age very quickly.
Yeah, I guess it's easy to underestimate him because...
You there! What are you doing? If you wish to have words, come closer.
I do not wish to have words. I'm trying to find my brother. Oh, I can talk to him.
Are you one of Harald's men?
I am. The king wishes to make a survey of the land he now rules. Nothing more.
Let me ask, are you one of the conquered? Did Harald take your lands as well?
No. My family has lived under his banner since the days of his father, Halfdan the Black.
Well, welcome to Thornburg, warrior.
Oh, I see. They already moved in some soldiers. So now we have, like, these potentially hostile warriors in Thornburg. Well, that is very interesting. And I mean, it's not like Harald really conquered our land. King Styrbjörn basically gave it to him. And I'm guessing they discussed it when the messenger, the uncle, was here, and he said, "Okay, you can have my allegiance if you help us against Kjotve," or something like that. It seems weird because in the end, was that really necessary? Maybe he was worried that if he doesn't swear allegiance, then he would have to fight against King Harald. So he just surrendered before the battle even started. That's just great. But yeah, let's look around a little bit, I guess. Yeah, lots of not technically enemy soldiers, but I'm not sure if the people around here appreciate all these soldiers here. Anyway, where exactly is Sigurd? Oh, he's just somewhere again. And it's not clear where. So again, my guess would be the meat hall. Or...
I don't like the way those soldiers watch me.
I find it flattering.
You think one will marry you and carry you off to the capital?
Would he?
He would take his pleasure and move on, you moon-eyed magpie, leaving you with a little soldier to raise by yourself.
That's a good point. Yeah, let's check out the meat hall first. Okay, I can knock.
It's Eivor. Open the door. Come in, but keep your voice down. You will alert Harald's men.
Okay, am I not allowed to be in here anymore?
Where will we live? The English will fight back. The wars will never end.
Or they will push us into the Christian ways.
Quiet all. Give me a chance to speak.
Okay, apparently Sigurd is in here and they're trying to make some plans about what to do. Maybe they do want to leave Norway as well.
2 days ago, we rid this land of Kjotve and his dogs. Yet today, we do not celebrate. Today we cower under a cloud of fear. But it need not be like this. We are not the heel-trodden subjects of a boy king. We are the Raven clan. Our destiny is our own.
Did you know about your father's oath to Harald?
I did not. And for that my anger burns hotter than any man's here. But I will not let that drive me into despair. We cannot stay in Norway. Not under Harald's boot. Not without fueling more war. So we push forward. To newer lands.
He seems to approve.
And there make a new home.
I wonder what his angle is, though.
The sons of Ragnar Lothbrok have been in England 8 winters already. Is there any land left for a clan of our size?
More than enough, wife. Of the 4 kingdoms of England, only one is truly pacified.
I have no desire to wear Harald's leash. I like this idea.
A saga for the ages. I agree.
It will take time and resources to build ourselves a new home. But the riches taken from Kjotve's raid would suffice.
No. That belongs to my father, as a fair compensation. In England, we must start anew.
You would start us with nothing? In a land we do not know? Among people who hate us?
Kjotve's riches would go some way to easing our passage, Sigurd. I bested him. It is within my rights to claim his goods.
Our leaving must not be an assault on my father. It is a time of renewal for us.
Oh well. We take the resources to England. We leave the resources for Sturbion. I mean, I can kind of see Ava's point that she earned it more than the king, who didn't even want to fight Kjotve to begin with. On the other hand, maybe it's a good idea not to burn all bridges, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. Plus, it seems to be very important to Sigurd that his father is not going to be disgraced and so on. So, I think I will take Sigurd's suggestion here.
If you object, I understand. Let your father keep Kjotve's riches. England will have riches and cargo enough for us.
Good. I did not want this cloud hanging over us. It is a wise leader who considers the need of others.
To England, then, before the day is out. Pack what you need, but no more than that.
And tighten your lips. The last thing we need is the attention of Harald's troops.
Why would he even care? I mean, he allowed the others to leave when they didn't want to follow him. And he basically told Eivor, either you work for me...
How much did you hear?
Or you have to leave.
Enough. A new path is revealed and your journey will be challenging.
Will you not join us?
For my mother's sake, I cannot. But our threads will cross again before the final day. Until then, farewell.
Alright, so... to England it is, I guess. But I mean, there's still a lot of quests here in this region. Quests that are way above my level at the moment, so clearly we are going to return again at some point. Like all of the stuff here in Alrekstead, for example. But yeah, I guess Reykjavik is already finished, so I don't see any reason to stay here any longer. Speak to Sigurd at the docks. Okay. Can we use this over here? Well, not like that you don't. Apparently she's not really willing to grab this line. Okay, in that case, never mind. I'm just going down the normal way. I'm still trying to think of any other thing I would like to do here before I leave. But, like I said, I'm pretty sure we can return at some point, so let's just go and talk to Sigurd again.
Eivor, the wind favors us. We should set sail without delay.
You made quick work of packing. Well done.
The dream of new lands is a powerful lure.
As is the promise of glory. But the act of leaving so beloved a home, there is a sadness to it.
Having doubts?
No, not at all. The die is cast.
Then let fate guide our journey. Are you ready?
It's time to go. I'm not ready yet. Yeah, like I said, I can't really think of anything I need to do. Reykjavik is completely emptied out. The other regions are too high in level for me. Let's just go.
I am ready. Let us take to the water and leave unbothered while we have the chance.
That chance is past. Look.
Oh dear.
Fate flies on swifter wings than we.
King Harald's banner.
So is he going to be a problem? I mean, we're only doing what he asked us to. Leave if we don't want
Sigurd,
to be part of his kingdom.
What is this assembly? What are you planning?
An exit, father. As graceful as I can. For if I cannot be king in the land of my birth, I will start a new saga. In England.
Nonsense. Your place is here, son, at my side. There will be other victories soon. Other glories.
My choice is made, father. Do not hope otherwise.
It is easy to lose one's way on the road to glory. Do not let false victories blind you to what is true.
You talk of false victories to me, old man? A sad old bear who destroyed his honor with one bent knee. The further I sail from this place, the louder I will sing.
Harsh,
I
but
will
true.
be his anger, Lord.
No, you must be his better half. May Agir bless your voyage.
Okay, apparently they gave us some supplies. I'm not sure if the king gave them to us or if we just collect them ourselves, but we have supplies now. And apparently Sigurd just wanted to sneak away without telling his father. But it's not like he would put up a lot of resistance. He never put up a lot of resistance against anything, apparently. Okay, here we go.
The time for tears is over, you weeping sacks of wool! Put some muscle into those poles!
Ration your strength, dog. We have an ocean to cross.
All right, you lazy backrout. Sigurd, what's our course?
The sons of Ragnar established a settlement near the coast. We set sail for that. Bragi, sing a song to lift our hood.
To rouse the gods! Inspire a mighty fart from Thor to speed us on our way!
That's a very vivid
An ocean
imagery.
lies before us, Eivor, and on its far side, a new kingdom awaits.
You know England well from your travels.
I spent a season in their kingdom of Mercia, a temperate land, lush and wild. By now, the sons of Ragnar will have claimed its heart.
Do we mean to join their army?
They will join ours. In time, all of England will know of Raven Clan and the glory we brought to that fractured land. So to England, glory and destiny!
To England!
To England! For Valhalla!
Well, one or the other. And, well, I finally get a title screen. Amazing. And an achievement as well. Oh, I guess we're having some present-day interlude. I always forget they exist, and I'm always like surprised when one of them happens. What's going on? Oh, it's a staff. So, where the hell are you at the moment, Layla?
In a lecture at the University of Cambridge, Dr. Sirka told a worried audience that scientists have few answers for them.
Since the mass coronal ejection of 2012, the strength of the Earth's magnetic field has increased by a factor of 50,000. This has resulted in huge disturbances in radio and satellite communications, dangerous bands of radiation around the poles, and as we can all see from our window, an aurora borealis that never burns away. Unfortunately, we are stumped as to why this is happening, and if we cannot find an answer soon, it may change the way we live, the way we communicate, even the way we evolve, forever.
Dr. Sirka went on to say,
"Bought you more electrolytes."
Oh, look who's
New and
there.
improved citrus flavor.
Thanks, Sean.
Well, he has aged quite a bit since we last saw him. Oh,
How do we fix this? How are you the key to everything?
Okay, so we have some archaeological dig site here. Clearly some kind of Viking warrior. But yeah, I mean, this place is strange because the vegetation seems to suggest like somewhere in the northern hemisphere. I saw like birch trees and so on. But we have like a very, very bright sunlight and aurora borealis, even though we're probably not that far north. So as far as I understand, the sun is having some strange activities again, so even though we managed to prevent that one solar flare, it might happen after all. Oh, what is this supposed to mean? Okay, but let's have a look at what's going on here.
You're a long way from home, Eivor.
Okay, so this is Eivor. And if she's a long way from home, we are clearly not in Norway. But I mean, she went to England, so we might be in England, I guess. Let's look around a bit more and see what we can find. Also, where did Sean go to? Can we find him again? Talk to him. Huh. Yeah, this looks very surreal.
It's beautiful. But it's not normal.
Yeah, the sun is like really, really large and bright, but also the light looks strange. Okay, yep, this isn't good. I mean, I kind of remember from, I think it was in Origins, where we found these Isu messages or whatever, and they were talking about some kind of point in time where all the different, you know, alternate realities converge again, and you can't really prevent it, like fate happening. And just because we prevented that one solar flare from happening doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, because at some point all these different realities collapse again into one point. So maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know. But we can sit at the fire.
I should do this more often. Relaxing.
You probably should. I mean, you also look like you have aged quite a bit in the last few years.
Would love to play around, but I have bigger things on my mind.
Oh, it's a card game. Okay. Can we go inside this little cabin?
Did you get my tea?
Oh yeah, there's like an open door here.
Some quality stuff here.
What an odd thing to notice.
Mint tea is not actually tea, Bex. It's an infusion. It's really just dirty, minty water.
I'm sure you know all about it.
Sean. Did you buy any?
Of course I did, love.
And Rebecca's back again as well.
Sorry about pulling you out. The generator was sputtering.
That's fine. I needed air.
How is the Animus data stream? Comfortable?
Felt pretty stable after a while.
Good. Just give me a sec and you can jump back in.
But they all look so different. It's weird.
Another satellite came down. Did you see?
I did. One of Abstergo's.
That's good.
Well, most of North America just lost its GPS service, so depends what you mean by good, really.
Right. Even when we win, we lose.
Okay, we're all set. Whenever you're ready, you can jump back in.
Okay, so apparently this is our new hideout here. We got the Animus. But before we go back in, let's look around a little bit.
Be nice to sleep in a real bed when this is over.
Well, when this is all over, we all might be dead. That's looking on the bright side, right?
Feeling okay?
She seems very busy.
Better. But I'm worried that it could happen again. The 2 data streams.
I can't promise it won't. I barely understand it myself.
It felt like 2 minds, fighting over 1 brain. It hurt like a shotgun to the head.
Right. There's something about this Viking's DNA sample that feels dense, noisy.
What does
Could it
that
be the
even
staff?
mean?
Interfering somehow?
How do you mean?
My headaches, my temper. They started the day I got that thing.
I hope you're not making excuses for, you know, your friend.
Jesus, no. I'm not.
Sorry. Just take it easy. And if you feel yourself slipping again, let us know.
I'm trying. I really am.
Right, she killed Victoria, that was her name. I mean, it seems that at least Rebecca and Sean are not holding it against her. At least not openly.
I went through hell to bring you here. It had better be worth it.
I guess we will see. Okay, we got a laptop
have a
here.
look.
And as always, there's quite a bit of stuff on this. ISO messengers. Rebecca, before we meet at the site, I want you to see this. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of stuff to read. I'm not sure if I really want to do this today or on camera at all, for that matter. But let's have a quick look around what we can all find here. Okay, this is more about the staff. I guess this is useful to you if maybe you haven't played any of the previous games, but I hope that I'm familiar with that. Secure share is empty, or maybe I just can't access it. Pictures. Sure, let's look at some pictures. Did you take them like secretly? It looks like you were spying on them or something. That's the Animus. I mean, it is kind of beautiful. I guess the world ends in beauty. Huh? That's Avor. Okay. Nothing too special here. I mean, it doesn't seem to be warm, even though the sun is so large. The temperatures seem to be pretty normal. I'm guessing this is supposed to be Celsius and not Fahrenheit. Okay, we got the mailbox. I mean, this isn't too much. Maybe I will read this. Subject you. I'm guessing that this is the oldest one. So I'm going to start with the lowest one. From unknown sender to Laila Hassan. You have a gift and a curse. The gift of old blood, the curse of not understanding it. We can help if you help us. What you did is not your fault, but you must take responsibility for it, otherwise nothing gets done. One of us will contact you. If you miss us, you miss your chance. Who the fuck is this? L. Would your favorite baseball team happen to be the Atlantis Eagles? What? Mysterious. Mysterious. Could be Templars, for all I know. Trying to, you know, make use of her guilty conscience over killing Victoria and saying, hey, we can help you. That is not going to happen again. And again, the unknown sender. Good. I'm ready. L. One last message, after which all communication between us via this contact or any other will cease. We have our own ways of talking, methods that cannot be sniffed or traced. Your previous team made this mistake. They knew risks, but they were sloppy, left traces of their activity on everything. Digital fingerprints everywhere. That will not happen with us. My colleagues tell me that the initial meeting went well. They are impressed, if a little worried, of the influence your new toy has on you. But they know better than most what it means to lift such a burden. I'm curious to know more about this air of memories, epithet. It is not a phrase we have heard in all our decades of research. In a few weeks we will contact you once more. If you are interested in proceeding, follow our instructions to the letter. If you're not interested, or if you break any of our protocols, this will be the last time you hear from us. Take this to heart, the world is sick and getting sicker. The Earth's magnetic field is growing stronger, satellites are falling from the sky, earthquakes are getting more frequent, famines are becoming more and more frequent, and now we have credible reports of a new deadly virus sweeping through Asia. Hang on a second. This was in January 2020. Very mysterious. Very mysterious. I mean, the game was made even earlier than that, right? Or I'm actually not entirely sure when it was made. Yeah, I mean, maybe it may have been added later. Okay, where did I leave off? Okay, it can feel like we're living through a Yeatsian nightmare. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world in many ways we are. But there's hope. There's a cure, us. In the past few months I have come across something that may help us solve our most pressing problems. A message, a very promising message, that may help us reserve the dire course we are on. If you want to be part of the solution, join us. If not, we wish you the best of luck. Okay, so apparently she did contact them. From Remy Hassan to Layla Hassan. I don't like the sound of any of this, Layla, and I don't like where this is leading. Not using phones is not the right way to ease my mind. You have my number. I suggest you call it. And no, I won't say hello to our parents for you, because doing so would bury me in questions I cannot answer. And to tell father that you no longer work for Abstergo would break his heart. Yeah, I mean, clearly she's not with Abstergo anymore, but she wasn't with them the last episode, the last game either. That's all he ever talks about, how his daughter is on the cutting edge of neuroscience. The man doesn't understand the first thing about what you do or did, and he's still proud. I will not be the one to disappoint him. Is it COVID? Is it why you're being cagey? Something else? Call him, call me, and stop this insane game of hide and seek. I just want to know that you are safe, Ram. Okay, so I guess they were writing this when COVID was already a thing. Rami, forgive the short email. I wanted to call, but I'm not using phones right now and my time is limited. I'm still recovering from my trip. Things got out of hand and nothing went as expected. People got hurt. I told you it was for research. And it was, but not for... Abstergo? She's censoring it. The truth is, I haven't worked for them for a few years. It's a long story and I won't bother you with the details. But it wasn't for me. Leave it at that. The group I'm with now, I can't explain, not over email, but they've shown me things, given me opportunities, and opened my eyes to a broader view. But not without cost. In fact, I fucked up last year. Bad. More than once, and I need to make it right. I know all this sounds cryptic. It is. But I'm not in danger, not in the way you might think. If I'm being vague, it's because I need to be. I don't want any data sniffers picking up on keywords that might raise alarms. Do I sound paranoid? A little. Here's the point. Don't worry about me, and I'm with a couple of people who I trust now. They've been at this a lot longer than I have, and they're going to see me through this, I promise. At this time next year, things will be better. The skies will be clear, the earthquakes will stop, and we'll celebrate Ramadan together. It'll be just like the 90s all over again. Tell Mama and Papa I miss them and that I'm doing fine, your sis. Okay, so maybe the mysterious unknown sender that contacted her were Sean and Rebecca, and now she's with them. I guess that would make sense. And that's again from her brother, I guess. Thanks for clearing that up in such profound detail. I'm sure I'll sleep soundly now. I don't have COVID, no, and I'm well isolated. It's just 3 of us traveling together, staying out of sight. Okay, yeah. That is true. English locales of note. Okay, so I guess this is places she would like to visit. Assassin's Bureau, or the Hidden Ones more accurately. They operated in Roman Britain between the years 100 and 430 CE. It's not clear why they left, but the final date corresponds roughly to the Roman exodus from Britain, so I imagine their leaving had something to do with the Empire's retreat. Mission accomplished or loss of faith? Not sure. But we do know it was several hundred years before the Hidden Ones returned to the island. It may be Basim or Hiram are the first in half of a century. Okay, so maybe that's why Basim was so glad that Sigurd decided to go to England, because he thought, okay, well, I'm going to join them and we will set up a new assassin's presence in England that way. And this is an Animus session report. Again, I will read most of this off camera, probably. Oh, what do we have here? Some media.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Well, that is very mysterious. A strange message broadcast from an unknown source north of the Arctic Circle. The message was broadcast for 9 days and ceased. Spectrum analysis of the message revealed coordinates to a North gravesite in New England, USA. And I guess that's where we are now? So we are not in England, we are in New England, USA. Well, I mean, some of the Northmen made it to America. And they did stay there for a while, although they never established like a permanent presence. But okay, so I guess that's where Ava is buried. At least that's my assumption.
No, come on, Sean. Turn that thing off.
Oh, hold on. I like what you said there. I want to get this for posterity. Say it again, nice and loud.
Seriously?
Sure, come on. If nothing else, it'll give me leverage with your old man.
Ah, that's your angle. Nice. What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want. Or, no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals. You get told over and over again, this is what we believe. These are the rules. This is reality. No deviation. And if you question it, oh, they look at you like you killed a puppy. That's hardly free will. It's a weird irony when free will is your central belief, but nobody wants you to believe otherwise. I don't know how to say it exactly, but I always thought there was something self-destructive about our creed. If free will is the most important moral guidepost we have, we should be free to ignore it. To choose submission, for example. You know what I mean? Like, we should be free to side with the Templars. If it's really my choice, I could do that.
Right. It's almost self-refuting. A democracy could democratically elect a dictator or choose to get rid of democracy altogether. Within our creed is the seed of its own destruction. That's what makes it powerful, I think. And fragile.
Right. The more freedom you have, the more risky it is, you know? Anyway, my dad has mellowed over the years, but he was strict when we lived on the farm. He ran a tight ship. I never got the impression that I was free to choose my path forward. Our creed, our tenets, they were drilled into my head. By the time I was a teenager, I was following these rules out of a sense of duty. This was just what we did.
That happens to a lot of organizations over time. A stagnation sets in, you know? A fundamentalism.
Yeah. Following the rules becomes more important than achieving whatever goal you set out for yourself. And people start to lose sight of the reason the rules exist.
That's called deontology, or a form of it. Following a rule for its own sake and not for the consequences it has.
Yeah, but that feels backwards, doesn't it?
Well, I think so. Following a rule is the easy part. Praying, taking a sip of wine, munching on a wafer. Rituals that give comfort.
But that's just going through the motions. It makes people feel like they're doing something. When the hard work is, well, actually getting off your ass and doing something productive. I think people just want boundaries. Tight boundaries. They want to see the four walls that pen them in.
I don't disagree.
Anything outside that, anything that makes life more complex, that's scary. That's why I envy you. You chose this life. You went through that process and you decided, yes, I believe in this.
Sure. It didn't stop me from being an insufferable know-it-all as a teenager, but I see your point.
I would have loved to have been a know-it-all. I knew nothing. Not until you guys found me. Yeah. It wasn't until I met you, and Bex and Lucy, that I knew. I knew I wanted to be an assassin.
Oh, thanks, Des. Come here. Bring it in, bud. I don't normally like touching, but make an exception now.
I am not hugging you.
You sure? Because I smell very nice today.
Can you just turn that off?
Well, that was a very interesting conversation. And I mean, he certainly has a point that there is a bit of a contradiction between having a creed that is all built around free will, but then you basically raise your children into that idea and don't really give them a free will or the freedom to choose or not to choose that idea. However, it's also kind of ironic if you think about the fact that most of the assassins during the whole franchise didn't really choose to be an assassin based on their tenets, but mostly because they wanted to take revenge or some other reason. I mean, eventually they probably started to believe in these tenets, but there were very few assassins that said, oh yeah, I kind of like your ideas, so I want to go and fight for you. I mean, that's something that I have been talking about a lot in the past, and it's pretty true.
Layla, thought you might be interested in this. Conversations that Bex and I had with Desmond back in 2012. December, I think. Just candid talks, that's all. We didn't square any circles or write any beat poetry. But he did have some interesting insights into his time in the Animus and what it means to be an assassin. Anyway, have a listen. You might find you and he had similar experiences. So, well, let me know what you think. Unless it's to tell me I sound like a total brat in these recordings. If that's the case, just say nothing. I mean, I did have a slight cold at the time I recorded these. That's probably why I sound odd. Anyway, okay, I'm done anyway, so turn off. Turn off. Oh, it's actually just a button. Sorry, here we go.
You don't really know how to handle your technology, huh? But okay, apparently Sean sent this recording to Layla. There's actually another one here, so I guess I'll listen to this one as well.
Set this here.
Do you guys record everything we talk about?
Not everything, but you've been using the Animus so much, I thought this was a good chance to learn some things about prolonged exposure.
So I'm your guinea pig?
No, my guinea pigs are all dead. The Animus was too much for them to handle.
Cute.
Can I ask you about the bleeding effect? Any recent flashes? Any memories resurfacing?
Yeah, the usual things. Ghost images of Altair and Ezio a few times a day. Nothing intrusive, just brief moments. They pass quickly, almost without me noticing, like a figure in the corner of my eye, or remembering a dream from the night before. I did have one extended hallucination a few days ago. It was Ezio. He was older, around the time he left Cappadocia. He was standing on the deck of a ship, alone. And through him, I could feel an intense regret or guilt. And it felt to me like he'd had a loss of faith in himself, in the creed, like he couldn't keep it up, couldn't stay true to his ideals. And as I watched him, I thought, is this the moment he decided he was done being an assassin? It felt like it. Anyway, most of my visions have been brief, lasting just a few seconds. They're like complete memories of small moments that appear suddenly out of nowhere, fully formed. It's a strange feeling.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm starting to see Connor now, too. Though I hear his voice more often than I see him. I'm sure that will change. Oh, yeah, and yesterday, just before bed, I had a memory of being on a beach in the Caribbean with a bunch of sailors. Or maybe they were pirates. I don't know. No idea.
Huh. We'll look into that. And how do you feel in general?
In general? Well, I feel older, for one. Much older. And it's strangely comforting. I'm collecting the memories and skills and thoughts of so many people. I feel like I've lived a few hundred years or more. Is it possible that if I do this for too long, it'll push my own memories aside? That I'll be everyone but myself after a while?
It's possible. That's called identity substitution.
Great.
It's happened before, but it's rare. And someone with your background shouldn't need to worry.
My background? You mean someone with my genes? My abilities?
You have Isu DNA, and that lets you see things and do things and withstand traumas that other people can't.
And I can suffer in ways that others can't. That's not something to be proud of.
You mean the apple?
Yeah. It has a pull, Bex. It tugs at my brain. It talks to me. Teases me. Drives me mad. And what I did to Lucy... God damn it. Nothing is worth the damage I did. The pain I caused.
I know. But you're special. That's the point.
I'm not special, Bex. I'm lucky. That's all.
I understand.
We're assassins. It's our creed that makes us different, not our genes, not our blood. Anyone can join us.
That's true. But let's leave that aside for a second. What I want to know is, have you ever had any Isu memories resurface?
Isu memories? I don't think so. I can't even begin to imagine what that would feel like.
I think you'd know if you did. Maybe one day. We might be able to induce something.
Jesus, let's fix the world first, okay? Before we start digging up my ancient ancestors.
Deal.
With my luck, I'll be related to some third-rate Isu like Sisyphus or something.
Way to aim high, buddy.
Hey, you gotta.
Well, I guess they never got around to do that, because then Desmond died. Well, that was a blast from the past. But yeah, I guess this might be like a good time to end the episode. I will be reading the other stuff on the laptop in between episodes, and then we will look around at some of the other stuff here before we go back into the Animus. But for now, let's call it a day. As always, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.